Oh, come on. Look in there. Frangipane, strawberry jam, our icing, our puff pastry, our fresh coconut, topped with a cherry. That is London cheesecake made. Whoa, look at that. Hi everyone, welcome to Backyard Chef. I'm Rick. Today, a cracker. All-time favourite. We're making the London cheesecake. Now it's a cheesecake with a surprise, which you were going to find out. Okay, here I've got some puff pastry. Now it was a roll of puff pastry. It's been cut to 4 inches by 4.5 inches. We are going to score and prick this puff pastry. Now this is how I do it, and we're eyeballing it. You can measure away if you so wish, but we want to come in about 1 centimetre from the edge and score. I've got a bread knife here, but I'm using the reverse side. Now you could score with a sharp knife, but what we're trying to do is not go through the pastry. Do not go through the pastry. Okay, so you can use the sharp knife to score, but score very, very gently. Okay, so do that with all your pastry. Now my hands are a little bit wobbly now at my age, but not to worry, we've done it. Now what we're doing now is taking a fork and we're going to prick all that inside. Now what we're hoping to achieve is the pastry puffs up and leaves an indentation in the middle, which we're going to fill. So you want to take your fork and prick it quite close to the edge. Try not to go over the edge, whatever you do. That is our pattern on there. Right, we want to be sticking the oven on. I'm using the high sapienza air fryer today, the 24 litre, and that is going on for a temperature of 180. Let it warm up. Now we're going to do nothing more with this than shove that in the oven, and all it's going to do is rise up. Now what we're hoping to create is that border lift up on there, because we're going to make a frangipane filling and put in there. Now we will only be baking this for about 10 minutes only. That is it, because it's going to be baked again. We're just trying to lift it up and give ourselves a base. Okay, we've had that warmed up for a minute. That'll do. In it goes. We're going to get the time on, 10 minutes. Okay, that comes out of there. Okay, so what we got going on now is our pastry has come up. Some of it's come up higher than others. Don't worry about that. We're going to put a frangipane filling inside and some jam. So we're just going to give that a little push down with our fingers, and that is going to form a base inside there, look. Now be careful, because it is a little bit hot. Can you see why we scored it out? We get like a little parcel inside there, look. So now we've got that framework inside there. Perfect. And that's where we're going to put our blob of jam and our frangipane. So we'll just put this to one side and we'll make our frangipane. I've got butter in here. I'm going in there with my sugar. I want a little bit of almond extract. Now you can add this anytime. You can add it after you've done the eggs and everything, but I'm going to cream it in here with the sugar. I do want a pinch of salt. A little pinch of salt in there. Right, we just need to cream this up till it's nice and light. I'm not going to say fluffy. If you can cream it forever till it goes fluffy, that's fantastic. Now they always say add your eggs one at a time, so I'm going to chuck them all in. We're going to go in there with a couple of tablespoons of flour. Now the flour stabilizes the eggs. Okay, so you can chuck the eggs in. You don't have to go one at a time. Chuck the flour in, the eggs stabilize to stop them from curdling. So you can beat that together, or you can throw in your ground almonds and beat the whole lot. Let's keep it simple. That is our pastry bases there, look. Before we go any further, there is an offer from High Sapienta. It's linked in the description and we'll point it out at the end of the video. Make sure you know where it is and how to take part in the offer. It is for UK residents only. We want a nice jam of choice, and you know, we're going to put a blob in there. Might be too much, we might have to half that, I think. And we're just going to blob it sort of in the center of our mold, if you like, because I actually want the frangipane to go down the sides and over the top. So we've got to come in the middle slightly with the jam. So there we have our jam set in there. We are going to blob our frangipane straight on top of that jam. And then all we're going to do is just work that into and over our jam. We want to seal that jam underneath. I don't want it rising out, but we want a nice frangipane cake coming over the top. Now try and keep off the sides if you can. Now frangipane, any left, stick in the fridge, use up within 2 days. If not, make some more. Our base then is going to go back in the oven. It's going to go in for 12 minutes at 180. Now what could happen is the cake could come up and it could overflow. Don't worry about it. If it happens, it happens. We're still going to cover it in icing and it'll still be a fantastic London cheesecake. This is where you don't worry about things, you know. So hopefully it should level itself out without exploding everywhere, but you know, it could do. Okay, in the oven, 12 minutes. Let it do its thing. We are off and out. Now that is how to make London cheesecakes. Now what I will add to this is my recipe that I used to make in the shop. You don't see any recipes cut out like this and everything built up in layers. You normally see it chucked straight over the top of puff pastry. And another way of doing it is with a second sheet of puff pastry over the top, but then you're increasing the pastry level when you can have a fantastic London cheesecake, one pastry level. Icing sugar in here, and we want just a little bit of water, little tad of vanilla in there, just to take away from that just pure sugar flavour. And then we just start to mix it in, dissolve it, add a little bit more water as you go, But you know, you can add but you can't take away, so just go a bit careful. So once you've got a nice thickish icing like that, we need to drizzle it over our London cheesecakes. Now it's a straightforward drizzle, just to be nice and steady. You know, you can put too much on. If it runs down a little bit, that doesn't matter. But let's not go crazy with the icing. Let's get it on there. And we might just have to smooth it out just a little bit. So just smooth it on with your spoon, like that. If you can, right up to that pastry edge, like that. Now I wonder if we can get a little bit of a run on. Make it look like it's run a little bit. And then we're over with some fresh coconut on there. Oh, come on. Look at that. Now that is definitely London cheesecake right there. That's the old-fashioned way. You know, these days, you know, if you can't get fresh coconut, young coconut, they're going on with desiccated coconut, you know, but I'm not keen. Desiccated coconut is all hard, but you know, if you've got no choice, that's what you've got to use. Don't worry about it. Now, if you were really posh back in the day, you would add a cherry, and that is the cherry on the top of the London cheesecake. Just look at that. That is an old-fashioned recipe right there. All we got to do now is let it set up a little bit, let the icing set up, and then we're going to cut through and have a look inside. That is London cheesecake made right there. Now, like I say, originally it had the cherry on, and the cherry got discarded, but you know, it looks fantastic. That is superb. So your choice, cherry on, cherry off. Oh, come on. Look in there. Frangipane, strawberry jam, our icing, our puff pastry, our fresh coconut, topped with a cherry. That is London cheesecake made. Whoa, look at that. Just look at that. London cheesecake made. Oh, come on. Crispy pastry, well cooked underneath. Oh, come on. That is absolutely off the charts. That is really, that is tremendous. You've got that lovely frangipane filling. The puff pastry, the frangipane filling, that strawberry jam in the bottom of there. You know, you could have used raspberry, I used strawberry. You got that fresh coconut with the icing. It is unreal. That is a fantastic, old-fashioned recipe that has to be kept alive. Like I explained when we were doing the video, this is my way of making the London cheesecake. You will not see this way. You probably will now. You will not see this way on the internet, where we cut out, prick it, make a border, fill it in inside, and then bake it. This is perfect. You know, the usual way that everybody does. It's a lazy way, actually. They just put the puff pastry down and chuck everything on the puff pastry. It looks untidy, doesn't look professional. This way, you get more filling. Look at that. That is superb. That is an all-time fantastic sweet. It's not dry, it's moist. Fantastic with a cup of tea. In fact, I'm going to get a cup of tea in a minute. There you go. That is London Cheesecake made. Now don't forget, check out the description for the offers from High Sapientia for a Prime Day in the UK. It's UK only. It's a Prime Day on Amazon, UK only. Check out the offers. Full list in the description. Tells you what to do. Just follow what it says, go over and do it, and you have chance of winning an oven and other prizes. So that is London Cheesecake make. If you like what we're doing, don't forget a big thumbs up, subscribe to the channel and ring that bell. Catch you in the next video.